All right, so that's a wrap of your news for now. Let's hand over to Sakina Kamwenda, who's standing by at Mabhida Stadium. She's got the Police Minister Bheki Cele with her. Sakina, a very good morning to you.
And welcome back to the other side of Mabhida Stadium. And as you can see behind me, people are starting to stream in, and it is a colorful, festive occasion. A cacophony of voices as people stream into the stadium singing and dancing, and it's an absolute beauty to behold. But of course, there are security concerns as always, and we try to mitigate against those as best we can. And joining me now is Police Minister General Bheki Cele to talk more about the security measures in place as the crowds start to come in. Minister, good morning.
Good morning, Sakina. Good morning to listenership of the SABC.
Now, we are expecting a capacity crowd of 48,000 people, which at an event like this is a very serious concern because we want people to be happy. We don't want any incidents that are basically going to spoil this occasion.
Well, for a week we have been camping here, led by Minister Nkosazana Zuma as the interministerial committee of the ministers on this one. But ourselves as the South African police, we have been doing our job. We're very comfortable. Moving around, you could see yourself that things are not easy as you would be, but at the same time we need to balance it with the comfort of the day. Day must be luxurious, people must be joy, but must be safe. Hence, wherever you move here, you can't move in the way. That includes myself. I've been stopped several times and then need some approval to get in some other points. That tells you the level of the security.
And you're absolutely right. We experienced that coming in. Even in the very early morning hours already, you could see that security was tight. Now, Minister, you speak about enjoying the festivities, but of course also there are some concerns, and you've put measures in place because if we look behind us, for example, and these are not necessarily the sort of spears that we talk about, but there are objects that people would traditionally have as part of their gear and ensemble. But we understand some of that won't be allowed in here this morning.
Well, these things have been discussed, Sakina, as this is a once-off day. Really once-off day. I was not there in 1971 when it happened, and it will be really magic that it happens again while some of us were around here. So you can just work around those things, not to spoil the day, but as I'm saying, not to cross the security line. These things were discussed. We have spoken to Izinduna and the leadership of Amabulu that there can be some relaxation of things, but not, as I'm saying, not compromising the details of the security. Indeed, things like spears and all that kind of thing, there are things that are declared as would be dangerous weapons, but at the same time, they put a full regalia of the day today. So we have tried to work on that and balance those things. We believe that every precaution has been taken.
And then we of course have several dignitaries locally and from other countries neighboring and further afield. The sort of security measures in place around them, and is it likely to have any sort of impact on what is going on here?
Well, we have the King MisuZulu. We have some former presidents of I think it's Botswana. We've got our former president, three of them. We've got kings from other places. All those have been taken care of. We are saying to people, enjoy festivities and be safe and be jolly. As I've said to you, that we'll spend a week here. We are really convinced that we are fine here, not just here, You know that there are other places, there are other things that have been said. I've been checking with Sentin this morning. People are fine, are moving around in Sentin. The Deputy Minister of State Security is walking around there. We're fine. I've checked with Cape Town. I've checked with people that will be running the derby this afternoon. We're all fine. Things are set. Let's just go, let's walk.
And of course, as people start to stream in, it's first come, first serve. So I understand there is also a measure around counting the 48,000 people who will be allowed in, and thereafter the turnstiles, as I understand, will stop turning. Just walk us through that precaution.
Well, I started at the VOC. VOC is a venue operating center, which is up there. That time, I watched the turnstiles turning. It was only 20. When I was there, and it turned to 23 when I was there. And this stadium, Sakina, we are not very lucky like me. We are not just looking around the stadium, we are looking the streets of this city. We saw everybody walking. As I came in the VOC, they told me that they've been following me on the street and all. So everything, when the time comes, those things will, it's not just estimated figures. We deal with exact figures that will stop, and will begin to ask people to push them to the overflow, which is both parks, the nearest parks and the other park where the most police are. So all those things are in place, all those things are exact, and all those things are precise.
And just usually with huge events, there's always a lot of protocol observed and a strict observance when we are coming in. But when we leave, things seem to just be left to unravel. Are there any plans in order to just ensure that everybody leaves and reaches their destination or their vehicle safely?
To start with, we wanted to finish early. We hope we'll be able to start on time or near on time, because by 1:30, we want everything finished. The latest is 2. Even the entertainment after that, those that will be singing Puze Kemi, Sabos Java and all that, we're giving them a very little time, because we want to see people dispersing on time. So that helps. Even those people that miss their transport and all that, you can still work on it. We are people at place that will be working on that. There is a planned way of people living. So especially the buses, we will be calling, there are people that will be calling the long distance buses, because we want those to leave first. By 5, by 4, we want this place to be clear.
Minister Bheki Cele, thanks so much for stopping by. And as you can see behind me, it is really starting to fill up, and just people beautifully dressed coming out in great colors and attire. And I saw some Swati maidens coming through earlier as well. It is absolutely beautiful. It is festive. It is colorful, and we will bring it all to you live and direct here on SABC News. With that, let's take a quick break.